Do you want to increase brand awareness, attract new patients immediately and consistently, and become the go-to practice in your community? Then learn how to do ground marketing. That's what I'm going to be teaching you in this series. Let's dive in. Ground Marketing for Specialists Part 2. Now we're going to dive into the scripts. And if you want multiple scripts, even with objections and so forth, including the ones we're going to be talking about, you can definitely find it in the Ground Marketing course, which I would love to see you in there. Our members are doing amazing. We've had some listeners reach out who are specialists just from the previous episode, and they're already seeing incredible results. And they're diving into the Ground Marketing course as well and seeing impeccable feedback. But at the same time, the results that they've been looking for, right? When it comes to not just attracting new patients, but being seen in the community a lot more the way they want to be seen, and also brand awareness and so much more. So I'm so happy. I'm happy that a lot of people are taking advantage of these episodes and the Ground Marketing course and seeing the results that they've been wanting to see. But at the same time, they're just enjoying the marketing process and going out in the community and being a part of their community. But with that being said, we're going to be talking about part 2, form referral relationships. And here comes the scripts. So you want to think professional ally, not cold marketer. We're not going to be doing lunch and learns, no pitching, right? Just proven scripts. And like I said, one of our core values here is we teach through action. So we only share strategies we've tested and proven. Dental referrals, right? These are GPs, pedos, hygienists. Now the goal is to make them feel in demand and supported by your patients. So this is what you want to do. And you're going to notice with a lot of these scripts, there's a lot of similar ways to approach it, but also there's a lot of differences. But you're going to notice a similar thread throughout the scripts. This is what I personally do. You walk in and say, hey, could I grab a few of your cards? Or you can say information, right? I normally say cards or information. Hey, could I grab a few of your cards or info real quick? You know, we've actually had a few of our ortho patients ask who we trust for general care nearby, and I didn't want to just guess or send them Googling. And you pause and let them respond. Yeah, send them our way, or whatever they say. They're going to say, well, we'd love to give you information, or do you want to meet the doctor right now? And all these things. Once you pause and let them respond, you want to continue with, oh yeah, if you ever have a case where the family's unsure about timing or options, we're happy to do a no pressure consult and just send them right back to you. Totally co-manage. Just wanted to introduce myself in case that's ever helpful as well. That's all you got to do. But did you notice how you walk in first and say, hey, can I have some of your information first? Because we have some of our patients asking about you or your services. And you don't want to send them out into the abyss, right, of Google and all this other stuff. And they like that. They like that. Oh, okay, you know what? Yeah, send them our way. Here's our information. Here's a bit of our stuff. They're going to give you a folder, a packet with more information. You guys might even set up a date where you can talk to the doctor in case they're busy. Yeah, we'd love to talk to you, all this other stuff. Okay, awesome, cool, yeah. Thank you so much. This is so helpful. Oh, and by the way, if you ever have a case where the family's unsure about timing or options, I'm so happy to do a no pressure consult and I'll send them right back to you. Then boom. Then you give them some of your information, right? That's it. Can do the same thing with a hygienist if you're talking to them, right? Hey, by any chance, do you have like a specific thing you tell patients whose gums are bleeding but they're not flossing? I'm building a few visual aids and I wanted to include something helpful from your angle. They're going to be like, yeah, definitely. I'll give you some information, blah, 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 right? Even though you may know all the information and everything they're about to tell you, still, you want to give them the dignity to be able to speak in their own language, in their way, on how they educate their patients. And so give it to them, right? And at the same time, use it. Be like, oh, that's beautiful. That's wonderful. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. I'm just trying to make it easier for patients to understand when they should stay here versus when they might need a perio referral, but in a way that makes you look like the rock star too, because you are. And then they will love it. Yeah, definitely. Let me give you this information and so forth. So one could be a dental office, like you're walking into the dental clinic or the dental office or the practice. Then the other one could be a hygienist, warm introduction, right? If you catch them passing by or you decide to talk with one or you so happen to speak with a hygienist, you can definitely do that. So those are the 2 scripts for GPs, pedos, hygienists, right? Now, medical referrals. This is pediatricians, ENTs, OBGYNs, urgent cares. We're going to discuss that right now. Now, the goal is you want to respect their time, boost their credibility, and frame it as our patients are asking about you. So almost the same way, right? Here's a pediatrician front desk or assistant script. Hey, do you mind if I get your info or a few of your cards? And then I like to pause at this moment, to be honest with you, just to see what they say. You kind of get a glimpse of their attitude and who they are. Yeah, definitely. Can I ask what it's for? Or do you have an appointment with us? Or they may say, what do you want? What do you want this for, right? And this is because they're the gatekeeper. They have their guard up, maybe, right? And then you explain, well, some of the families we see have been asking if we know a pediatrician we trust nearby. And I wanted to have something to give them instead of just sending them online. Now, at this point, they're going to be like, yeah, definitely. Or they may say, who are you? What do you do? And this is a perfect opportunity to introduce yourself. And I'm the specialist down the street from you and so forth. Once you say that, they're like, oh, okay, definitely. Let me give you some of the information. And you wait and you let them hand it over, or you wait for them to ask about you and you create more conversation. And then once you get all that information, you say thanks. And just so you know, if you ever see a kid who's snoring, mouth breathing, or just seems a little off in sleep, we're happy to do a fast consult. No pressure, no upsell. Parents just want clarity. And we like being that calm second opinion for you, if that's okay. And then boom, that's it. They're going to be like, yeah, give us some of your information. And you give them information. You may even schedule a date to talk to the doctor and so forth. OBGYN or diabetes clinic scripts. You can say, hey, quick question. Some of our patients are expecting or managing diabetes, and they've been asking if we know any OBs or specialists who are great with those health plans. Could I take a few of your cards just in case? That's it. You say, yeah, the whole thing. Who are you maybe? Or yeah, here's some more information, all that stuff. And then as you're leaving, once you get all the information, you say, oh, also, we're seeing more links between inflammation and oral health in those type of patient groups. If you ever want a no-charge status check for your patients, we're happy to help and just send them back to you with our notes if that's okay. The more information, the better. They would love that, and you schedule it. Now, community referrers. This is school nurses, coaches, stylists, and trainers. Make them feel appreciated and essential. You're requesting their info, right? Not pushing yours. So the school nurse can be, hey, I'm wondering if I can have some of your information. A few of our parents mentioned they trust your opinion on anything health related, which means you're fantastic. I got to give you kudos on that. And I wanted to know what I could give them if they're asking. They'll say, oh, you know what? Well, and they'll give you information, right? And then they'll say, yeah, you know what? We work with the school. If their child comes to the school, this is what we tell them. This is what we like to say. This is what we do, all this stuff, right? And then you can say, oh, okay, wonderful, awesome. Yeah, we sometimes see airway or jaw issues show up as things like frequent headaches or mouth breathing at night. If you ever spot something and just want a second pair of eyes, I'm happy to take a look and share a parent-friendly report. And that's it. They'll love that. Now, the dance coach and sports trainer script. Hey, coach, quick favor. We've had a couple of our ortho patients mentioned there in your program, and I wanted to make sure I could refer parents to you correctly. Could I get a card or info sheet? So yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh, we'd love that. All these things, right? And then you can say, also, we're fitting some of your kids with mouth guards and realized a few could use a check-in on their bite. Nothing urgent, but just trying to prevent injuries and keep them moving. Here's some of our information if you like it. And then boom, they would love it. They'd want more information and so forth. Hairstylist or barber. This is pretty brilliant right here. This is something we started doing not that long ago, and it's been fantastic for a lot of our specialists. So what you can do is just say, hey, this may sound funny, but do you have any business cards or flyers I can take? A few of our patients mentioned they come here and they always ask where they can get a good cut nearby. Yeah, definitely. Here, take some more information. Where are you from? Who are you? Write all these things. Oh, I'm down the street. And then say, oh, also, since you probably hear about headaches a lot, maybe, and things like that. If anyone ever complains about clenching or tension or, really, really bad migraines or headaches, we're happy to check their bite and see if it's dental related. You'd be surprised. It happens all the time. It's no cost. It's just giving them peace of mind. Boom. And there you go. And a lot of the times they may even say, the barber themselves, I get headaches all the time. So depending on the specialist, right, that you are, this hairstylist or barber script really, really works. Now, a lot of these scripts with examples and so forth are in the ground marketing course. So if you want to know more, you can find it in the ground marketing course. And you can check out the ground marketing course. If you just go in the show notes below, click on the first link in the show notes below, you'll be able to find it right there. It's fantastic. Now, this works because it starts with curiosity. You ask for their info. It creates instant reciprocity. It makes them the authority. It invites zero resistance. And it plants a referral habit without pressure. Now, once you've done that, you want to do something where you create local visibility anchors. This is one of the most under-leveraged but most powerful forms of ground marketing for specialists. Turns your practice into a community landmark, not just a service provider. So make your office a famous spot in town. We don't want people to only think of you when they need help. We want them to see you as a fun, friendly part of the community, like the park everyone loves or the ice cream shop kids always talk about. So real quick, what's a visibility anchor? It's something you do over and over in your town that does 4 things. 1, it shows what you're good at without trying to sell it, makes people feel good when they think of you, gets people to tell their friends about you, and it sticks in their memories so they never forget you. And there's science behind this. There's actually 4 reasons. Number 1, it's the I see you everywhere trick. We've all seen this. It's once someone spots you at a school fair or hears your name from a coach, they suddenly notice you everywhere. It's kind of like when you buy a car, right? You bought a red car, you're like, this is unique. And now you see everybody with a red car. It's the I see you everywhere trick. 2 is you help me, I help you rule. Reciprocity. If you do something nice for the community first, people want to return the favor by visiting you, telling others, or giving a good review. 3 is the cognitive association. So fun equals I like you effect. People remember experiences, not ads. If a mom's kid has fun taking a silly mirror selfie at your booth, she'll remember you in a happy way. And 4, if they like you, I like you rule. This is social proof. When people see you at trusted places like schools, sports teams, they think if they trust you, you must be great. So here's how to create that specific visibility anchors. And you're going to find more in the ground marketing course, but I'm going to touch on a little bit. For example, orthodontics, you can have mouth guard day with PTA sponsorship or smile check days at middle schools. And let's just talk about the smile check days at middle schools. What to bring? You want to bring foldable mirrors, disposable cheek retractors, clipboards, a fun smile scorecard that they can take when they get home. And you want to partner with the school nurse or PE teacher. It's informal, free, and positioned as maybe a jaw development awareness or something specific where an orthodontist can take advantage of this situation. And it works because kids are curious. It's a low barrier entry point and parents ask about it later. And a quick add-on, you can include a permission slip flyer that says, we did a quick smile scan with your child. Nothing diagnostic, just helpful information. Call us if you'd like a full consultation. That's it. That's all you got to do. So you give them a little report card, they take it home, add that little quote or script at the very bottom, and just watch what happens. That's orthodontics, right? There's much more we have in the ground marketing course, the back to school smile mini shoots with the photographer, mouth guard day with PTA sponsorship, and so much more. Now, endodontics, you can have an urgent care kit, what to do when it's the tooth. And what you can have is branded signage, magnets, and handouts explaining endodontic pain versus sinus pressure versus trauma. And here's how you can place it. Place it in staff lounges, waiting rooms, triage charts, right? And ERs and urgent care centers struggle with triage dental pain. And your guide positions you as the expert. So handouts should include pain type chart, what to do instructions, QR code for a 24-hour text line, right? And that's the thing that I think with urgent cares, especially if you are going to partner up with them, mention that, hey, we have a 24-hour text line. That's huge. Even just general patients, if they know that, that's a humongous add-on to put into anything, really, even your website. But also if you're doing specific things like, for example, CallRow has voice assist where AI now answers your phone, you can also mention that as well. So endodontics, you can provide an urgent care kit. You can have fast relief referral pads for endodontists. That's for physicians and pharmacists. Just have mini pads with checkboxes, and you can leave it at walk-in clinics, GP offices, pharmacies. This, you reduce friction in the referral process and position yourself as urgency ready. And bonus tip, if you're going to do a fast relief referral pads for physicians and pharmacists, include a seen within 48 hours guarantee printed on the pad. Because if they're giving these out, these mini pads with checkboxes, if you're giving them out and they're filling them out, they want to be seen immediately. They want whoever you're referring to also be seen immediately. So have that on there. It's refreshing. At the same time, it makes the referrer feel good. And at the same time, it makes the patient or whoever they're referring feel good as well. So have that on there. It's a small little bonus tip, but if you have that on a printed pad, it will bring them comfort. Next could be pediatric dentistry. You can have something with baby's first dental visit. It's a baby's first dental visit kit for pediatricians. You can have tooth talks at preschools and so forth, right? We have the anchors in the ground marketing course on how you can do that. Periodontics, healthy smile, healthy baby, OBGYN kits. And how you can do that is just have an educational bundle for pregnant patients. What pregnancy does to your gums. It can be a handout. And then have like a voucher for a prenatal dental check in there as well. And branded floss samples, right? And what you can do is just drop it off in any OBGYN office with new patient bags. And this taps into maternal motivation and connects you to the baby's care, the baby's health. And a quick tip is you can have a QR code on the voucher, and then it says pregnancy plus gum health. That links to a landing page that says that pregnancy plus gum health and information, maybe a video of you talking about it and so forth. And it helps them create like, okay, I trust them. They're reliable. They're talking about this. Let me go visit them, right? So that's good for periodontics. Healthy smile, healthy baby, and then drop off OBGYN kits. Each anchor must lead to a warm referral bridge. So every fun thing you do should make it easy for people to send others to you. When you do something in the community, your visibility anchor, it's not just to be nice. It's also a secret bridge that helps people send friends your way without feeling like they're selling you. And that's awesome. Now, in the ground marketing course, we do have many more examples, proven tactics, and strategies for visibility anchors. So if you want more of that and you're like, I need to create more visibility anchors in my city, definitely do these. Or if you want more, you can go into the ground marketing course and find more. Now, what the bridge needs. Remember, every anchor must lead to a warm referral bridge, and the bridge needs a reason to tell someone right away. So don't make them wait. Give them something so they can share today. 2, something that makes them look helpful. If they pass it along, they look like they're giving useful info, not selling. And 3, an invite that feels casual. They can tell someone without saying, I officially refer you. So an example is like, hey, here's a card to give if any parent asks about braces. And then boom, that's it. You just give them the cards that are specific in case any parent asks about braces. Or if you know someone at your school who needs this, just tell them to visit this special page we made for you. Literally on the page, it should be the school name. Maybe you're talking to the parents, teachers. Just make sure it's tailored to that. Okay? So those are the anchors. And finally, step 4, leverage specialist authority in local media. Be the expert everyone talks about. We want people to think of you as the go-to expert in town, not because you bought ads, but because they keep hearing your name in trusted places. Why it works. Number 1, authority bias. This is expert magic. People believe specialists know more than regular folks. If you're in the news, they think, wow, they must be the best. 2, availability. First name they remember trick. When people keep seeing your name in local magazines, Facebook mom groups, or community events, they think of you first when someone needs help. 3 is social proof. Everyone talks about you. If a blog, a doctor, and a coach all mention you around the same time, you seem even more trustworthy. And 4, easy win, low competition. Hardly anyone else does this, so if you show up often, you quickly become the most remembered. Think of it like this. When a famous chef is quoted in a magazine about olive oil, people don't go find another chef. They want that chef. So same with you. If you're quoted in a local article about kids' teeth or something specific, people want you. So here's how to do it. Easy steps. And this step-by-step is found in the ground marketing course, okay? So the instructions on how to be more in PR and media out there, it's found in the ground marketing course. Now, step 1, get in local media. Places like patch.com, it's patch.com, community magazines, local blogs, Chamber of Commerce newsletters. That's where we are going to target. And you want to write short, helpful articles that tie into local life, share tips, trends, and things to watch out for. Make it connected to what's happening now in the community. Here's some examples. If you're an orthodontist, 3 signs your child's sleep problems could be from how they breathe. That's 1. If you're an endodontist, tooth pain or sinus pressure, how to tell before you go to the ER. That's another one. Pediatric dentist, 5 things that can ruin a kid's teeth before age 5. That's 1. Periodontist, the link between gum disease and high blood sugar. So you can use these examples to write for these specific locations, right? When you're going to local media, helpful articles. Now, how to pitch. The email on how to pitch this is found in the ground marketing course. And it's very simple, but at the same time, you want to mention, like, I love to contribute a short, timely piece that helps your specific target that you're trying to get, and then let them know it's not promotional, it's educational, it's easy to plug into your next edition, or I can write the full piece, or I can send you just bullet points, whatever makes your job easier, I got you. And then also let them know who you are and let them know why you're bringing this issue to matter, to the forefront, because that's what people are talking about in your practice, or that's what you've been noticing. Or maybe they've written an article and you want to follow up with it with a part 2 or part 3 or something. So make sure you do that. But like I said, in the ground marketing course, I have the exact email you can utilize. Just copy, paste it, and then just fill in your details, like your name, your practice name. So you want to talk where your best helpers are. You don't have to give a big TED talk. You just need to speak where people who can send your patients already meet. Where you can speak: school board nights about health, PTA meetings, Wellness Wednesday events at gyms, OBGYN offices for pregnant moms, pediatrician learning groups, diabetes support groups, and the list can go on. You can even chat GPT this, be very specific, and ask, where do my best helpers meet? And then continue that way. You can say on ChatGPT, this is my target audience. Who would be their influencers realistically? And then it gives you a list. And then if you even want, you can put in your city name and say, find these influencers in this city name. And now you're hyper-focusing and targeting. Now you can talk about many things, right? Mouth, breathing, and jaw growth, tooth pain versus sinus, what to watch for during orthodontic growth spurts, and so forth. But make sure the titles are curiosity driven, maybe even high tension, but they're also something you would want to look into, right? If you're a parent, if you are someone with a specific issue, you'd want to look at this. So make sure the title is relevant to that. If you're going to be speaking, do the same thing. Make sure whatever you're speaking about is the same way. So have the titles of your talks like that. Tooth pain versus sinus pain. Why ER patients often get misdiagnosed. Our gums, blood sugar, and the 3-minute exam that could save a life. Super helpful, super, at the same time, curiosity driven. And pro tips for speaking. Keep your talk short, 10 to 15 minutes, unless they tell you it has to be this long. Hand out a 1-page paper with the main points and your contact info. And then always end it by saying, hey, if anyone needs a second opinion or just wants to ask me privately, I'm happy to help. No pressure. And that's it. And finally, send a quarterly helper newsletter. So make a mini 1-page newsletter just for the people who send patients your way. Keep nurturing them. Just because they sent a patient doesn't mean it stops at, hey, your patient's doing great. Here's some before and after photos. Continue to nurture them. Send them a specific newsletter that's completely different from your patients. So who can get this newsletter? Dentists, pediatricians, ER staff, school nurses, coaches, pharmacists. And here's what you can put in it. Here's a cool case of the quarter. You can mention a real patient story with a short summary and a great outcome. Quick facts, new research, tools or updates on how to send you patients. Partner shout out. Maybe you can thank a school, clinic, or a coach you helped. And a link, an easy way to send you a patient. And then you'll just take it from there. Always remind them, a PS, right? And let them know that. And you can email it as a PDF and a mail, or it can be a printed copy even. Drop it off in person when you do your monthly visits, or just add it to your marketing kits or resource bags. Honestly, what we just do is we email it, and then we can always just send them a printed copy as well. But emailing it, add them to the newsletter is perfect. Remember, specialists don't need to go viral. They need to be unmissable in the right circles. Don't chase mass exposure. Chase relevance, repeat visibility, and micro authority. That's what turns visibility into patience. And finally, what you can do also is build a referral flywheel system. This is critical. A referral flywheel system is a self-sustaining loop that brings in more and more patient referrals without you constantly chasing them. So you kind of want to imagine pushing a merry-go-round at the park. At first, it takes effort, but once it starts spinning, it only takes a gentle nudge to keep it going. And more kids want to hop on, right? And that's your referral flywheel. Start slow, be consistent, and pretty soon your practice keeps getting new patients with very little extra effort. And it's better than a referral program. Most referral efforts are a one-time ask. That's basically it. You're just saying like, hey, please send us more patients. But a flywheel is proactive, structured, and designed to build momentum over time. Now, there's 4 core steps to building a specialist referral flywheel. Step 1, you want to track the right referral metrics weekly. Step 2, set a monthly referral benchmark. So, hey, we aim for 10 new patient referrals per month per top referral source, right? Step 3, make it easy and beneficial for people to refer. And step 4, follow up with value. You don't ever want to beg, but you're following up with value. Now, in the ground marketing course, I have the whole referral flywheel system set up for you. All you got to do is just download it. And it gives you all the information, all the details, and even examples on how to do it and make it work. So remember, you're not just following up. This flywheel is working for you. So make sure you go in the ground marketing course and check it out. Please become a member. I'd love to see you in there. And if you are already a member, make sure you download it. It's under this unit in the lesson. The flywheel will do 4 things. You track it, you set a goal, you make it easy to refer, and you follow up with value. And over time, the wheel turns faster and your practice becomes the default referral choice. And real quick, a bonus insight that you can do is always refer them first, right? Refer to your referrers first, even socially. So if you're saying like, hey, are you looking for a pediatrician? We love working with Dr. Smith. Say something like that. Or this urgent care helped one of our patients after hours. They're an amazing team. And take a picture of them. Post it. Make sure you're referring them first. It's going to build reciprocity. It gives you an excuse to follow up. And then it makes your outreach feel less transactional. This all will be extremely helpful because people don't always know what you do. They'll come up to you, even specialists or other practices, pediatricians and OBGYNs and so forth, and they'll say, hey, I thought orthodontists just did braces. Or they may say, hey, why would a dentist send us a baby? Or isn't a root canal supposed to be painful? So the ground marketing job is not just awareness, it's belief correction. Your ground marketing visits teach them your real story over and over in simple, interesting ways. So make sure you're ground marketing all the time. All this is found in the ground marketing course, part 1, part 2, everything we discussed, all the scripts, all the systems, the flywheel, the sphere of influence, right? All these systems is found in the ground marketing course, neatly categorized so you can find them, utilize all the scripts, utilize all the anchors, the examples, and so much more. Please, if you can, start doing this. If you're a specialist, this is the way to not only grow the practice, but also become seen as the go-to person in your community. You'll get new patients, you'll be more trusted, and at the same time, the community will start seeing you more and more and more as the specialist, but at the same time, as how you want to be seen. So make sure this is the way you market your practice. Thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure you join the ground marketing course. So much information is in there, and it's guided for you as well. So thank you for tuning into this episode. And in the next episode, we're going to be discussing partnering with gyms and fitness centers.